Hey sunshine, welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe. Why should you subscribe? Because all the things I talk about in my channel are things that I've gone through, and that there are things that I either failed at one point or the other, and I will not want you to fail too. I want you to learn from my mistakes, and I want you to make better decisions than I did, and I want the best for you. So when you subscribe, you support your girl and you support yourself too, because you're going to make better decisions. So have you ever dated a colleague? Please, if you have, comment on the comment section below. Have I ever dated a colleague? Yes. Did it work? That one you're going to know at the end of this video. So before we start, I want to highlight for you the dangers of dating a colleague. A colleague is someone who you work with in the same organization, mostly in the same office. Or maybe if you are in business, you're doing business together, but most of the time, the one that is very bad is where you're working in the same office. These are for guys who are 8 to 5 guys, and you're waking up in the morning going to the same office, and maybe someone else helped you get this job. And in the world of today, it's difficult to get jobs, and so you are here dating someone, and you want to know, or maybe you are thinking of dating someone because for falling in love, there's no template. You should fall in love this way with this person. Actually, the feelings just flow. You find yourself, you've fallen in love with someone without planning. So it is also possible for you to fall in love with a colleague, but you need to know the dangers so that you get to know whether it is worth it. Is it worth all the sacrifice? Must you go through it anyway? Will it benefit you anyway? Is it worth the sacrifice of going through it? So let's go and find out some of the dangers of dating someone that you work with in the same organization, or you are doing business together in the same entity or the same organization. The first thing is that you might end up, if it is an office setting, you might violate the office or the organization policy. So if the organization actually does not allow dating among the colleagues, then you might ruin your job. You might end up, being chased away from your job and losing your job and becoming jobless, and struggling and suffering because of finances. So just get to know that one danger is that if the organization finds out and whatever you're doing is against the policy of the organization, then you might end up losing your job. Your job could be actually at stake. Okay. The second thing is that your productivity will actually go down because you're being distracted by several things. This person could be an extrovert, and so he's liked by everybody. And so he laughs at this person, laughs with this person, talks with this person. And most of the time you end up concentrating on them and not concentrating on work. And maybe you could get jealous, and because of the issues you're having in your relationship out of office actually spill over to the office, and your productivity may go down because the same person who is hurting you at home is the same person who is in the office. So it could affect your productivity, and as I said, you still risk losing your job. You still risk being chased away from your job. You still risk being fired if your productivity goes down, or you risk being demoted because your productivity has gone down. You've been distracted from the energy that you had at work, from the love of your job that you had, and all the commitment that you had through in your job has already been distracted and given to someone else who you found at work, who was also desperate for a job, who actually found himself in this organization, or her, if it's a her, who found herself in this organization and is trying to make ends meet. It's not like he's very rich, because if he was rich, then he would be at home. Everybody is taking care of him. He has employees. He has no problem. So this person is actually struggling just the same as you are, and you need not to risk your job on the basis of them, or you need to find out Is it worth risking my job? Is it worth being fired? Is it worth, losing my job because of this person? So just get to know that your productivity will go low. It will go down when you start dating a colleague. That is the second danger. The third danger is workplace gossip. People will gossip you, people will talk about you, and most of this gossip will come back at you and they will eat you up. And let me tell you, most of the time they eat you from the inside, and the seed of offense is planted in your heart, and you become so bitter towards the same people that you're working with, and the working relationship is destroyed completely just because of a relationship. So please just consider if that relationship is worth all this. Is it worth the gossip? Because people can talk about you, but because you're intentional about this relationship, you end up still getting married. But if this relationship is not leading you anywhere, is it worth all the gossip? Because the people that you work with, your other colleagues, will actually change the way the perception about you. If they thought you were a church girl and here you are sleeping in the office, they will actually think that now you've lost your morals. There's a way they will take you. You're easygoing, you're cheap and all that. So you need to make sure all the things that are going to be spoken about you are worth the sacrifice that you're making for this relationship. The fourth danger is breakward awkwardness. Because when you break up, you might end up working with your ex in the same organization. You tell me how working with your ex in the same organization feels. Your ex sits here, maybe he's now moving on with the next girl, or if she's a girl, she's moving on with the next guy, and you are working with them. How will you feel? So when you break up, there's that disconnection that is between you and them that will make everybody realize. That is if they didn't know, because your working relationship is destroyed. And if you are working in the same section in the department, that everybody will realize that these people must have dated. Why is it that high level of bitterness between them? Okay, so the breakward awkwardness, some people end up fighting in the office when they break up. Some people end up hollering abuses at themselves when they break up. So there's an awkwardness in breaking up with your colleague. So make sure the relationship that you are in is worth the awkward breakup. All right. The next thing is your co-worker will learn about your sexual life. Okay, because if you, for example, you find that I don't know how to say it, I don't want to sound bad, but you have relationship with both the sexes. Maybe you are a guy and you are a gay at the same time, you get engaged in straight sex. So most of the time, you end up that your colleague will find out about your sex life. They will know if you're a hoe, if you sleep with everyone. So they will know a lot of things about you. If you're a virgin and they actually had sex with you for the first time, they will actually know things about you sexually that you don't want just a colleague to know about. The next thing is jealousy. Jealousy is in two ways. It could come from your co-workers or it could come from you. You could be jealous of your partner, who is now your colleague, when they talk with the other colleagues and they become so, the other colleagues do not know that you guys are dating, for example. They might end up being touchy and, high five and being happy and wants to talk and consult over and over with your significant other, and it will hurt you. So the kind of jealousy that you will have, babe, you don't want to go through that. If you have to go through it and chew that jealousy, make sure that relationship is worth that jealousy that you're going to carry in your heart for all those days. They will not know that you guys are dating. Only the two of you will, because you will have to deal with their personalities. If there are people who are extroverts and everybody loves them, then that jealousy, bro, it's gonna be part of your life. So right. The next thing is power dynamics. It will be complicated power dynamics. This will happen. One, if you're working in the same section and then one person actually gets promoted, and now you work under them, and there's a way you guys need to relate, because now they are over you. Or maybe let me say the most awkward one is the lady being promoted, and now the guy has to work below the lady. Whoa, you don't want to be part of that awkwardness, because it is bad, because you don't know how to command your husband around, you don't know how to command your boyfriend around to do this and that the way you want them to be done, and to perform. It will eat up in the relationship. Away from the office, there are things that will be destroyed in your relationship. Certain aspect of your relationship will be destroyed because you need to be the wife, and you also need to be the boss, which will be very complicated for you to juggle around. And so the personal relationship and the professional relationship will be really blurred. Okay, that boundary, it will be very blurred. You'll really have a hard time maintaining professionality and maintaining your relationship, just in case you're promoted and the other person is left. And the worst case scenario is the lady being promoted, the lady getting an increment in salary, and the guy remaining in the same position with less salary. That is when you will regret the day you said yes to that relationship and began having sex with that person. Okay, so let me encourage you, there is hope for dating someone else who you're working with, because I have dated someone. Maybe later I will tell you more about it, I will open more about it, so you need to follow me so that you get to know about this story of me dating a colleague and whether it worked or not. If you continue subscribing to my channel and watching my videos, one of these fine days I will spill the milk. Okay, but the ending of the story is not bad. I am not sad, so that is why I'm telling you there is hope for dating a colleague and you end up in marriage. Thank you. But I want to encourage you or warn you to be very deliberate about pursuing your relationship. If you have decided that you will date a colleague, just be very deliberate with the relationship, very deliberate. Make sure you decide that, what, we want to get married, so maybe we are not having sex, or whatever you'll do, you are planning your marriage, or if you're a lady, you say, what, I will stop working, I will let you work, so that we get married out of, when I'm out of this office and all that, so that you don't eat up all the gossip. You don't want to swallow all the gossip that is going on in the office. So you can decide to make some choices based on the seriousness that you have invested in this relationship. Keep your relationship drama away from the office. If you had a problem about your conjugal rights, about your what else? About your birthday drama, about your anniversary, whatever, all those problems that people have, keep them out of the office, honey. Keep them out of the office, my sunshine. Don't go have, you're silent with your boyfriend or your girlfriend who you work with in the same section, and whatever they need for you is for the for the benefit of the office. So if they need a document from you, and here you are silent and furious because you are not given your conjugal rights, well, you're going to lose your job. The other thing is date someone in another department. Avoid dating someone in the same section. Probably when you date someone in another department, they actually have different, maybe policies. You don't understand, what is happening in the other office. It is also possible for you guys not to meet all the time, meaning the working relationship could be just fine because you don't meet most of the time. Like the person I dated actually was in another section from me, and so we were not meeting completely. We didn't have sexual relationship like sex. We didn't have that, and so the emotions that were invested were just beautiful emotions, and there was no emotional baggages that we exchanged with him, and so it was beautiful. So make sure, so even when the other person is promoted in the other department, You don't know about that department. Maybe the salary package is different. You don't know about that. So it is possible for you to just to continue with the relationship even when the person is promoted, because you don't know much about that department or that section. But if you belong to the same level and you are in the same office and you have all the same issues in this office, so you know so well that your girl was promoted because the boss wants something to do with her, it won't be easy. It won't be easy, darling. Please don't do it. Another thing is remain professional from the moment you walk into the office up to the moment you leave. Make sure you deal professionally. If both of you are working in the same office, relate like colleagues in the office if you want this relationship to work. Don't relate like husband and wife. Don't find yourself holding hands. Don't focus on each other. Focus on your work. Don't even chat well in the office. Don't go for lunch together. Just make sure it is a professional relationship when you are in the office, but when you get out of the office, you can go back to your drama. All right, so as I conclude, I want to tell you that there's no way, there's no one particular way of falling in love. So I can't tell you don't fall in love with a colleague. It is possible for you to fall in love with a colleague, and there are many people who have fallen in love with colleagues and gotten married. So you're not alone. If you're dating a colleague and that is why you clicked on this video, get it from me that it is possible for you to date your colleague and get married and have your wedding, have your children. It is possible, because let me tell you, you guys are going to, if you're just starting your career, you guys will apply for jobs in different places. You guys will get jobs in different places, my friend. You're not going to stay in this organization together. That means it is possible for you guys to be non-colleagues at a certain level. Another thing, at this point, especially if this guy is, for example, an accountant, you the lady, you're an accountant, you both have the same dreams, you both have the same passion, you both have the same, rules in your life. So it is very possible for you guys to relate well, because you have the same dreams, you have the same kind of school of thought. So it is possible for you guys to date. It is possible for you guys to love each other, because you'll relate pretty well, because you know what, I want it this way, this way, this way. You also want it this way, this way, this way. All right, so let's go. So it is possible to fall in love with a colleague and have a family and enjoy life together, because you're not going to be colleagues forever. And even if you become colleagues forever, you're not going to remain in the same position forever. All right. Maybe this person will be promoted, the other person will not. Maybe this person will be transferred to another branch, this other person could remain in this branch. So there comes a time when you'll be separated, you'll be promoted, or you'll be transferred. So don't worry, even if you're still in the same organization, it is possible for you to work in the same organization until you guys retire, right? And even if the policies do not allow for you people to get married right now, you never know, maybe you'll have change in leadership, all right? Change in directors with different rules, and the next director or the next governor will allow for you guys to date. So please don't take it too serious. Don't believe the lies that people tell you that it is not possible, it is not right. Do not let the policy of the organization make the relationship wrong. There is nothing wrong with this relationship so long as your intentions are right. Apart from, if you're married and you're dating a colleague at the same time, that is wrong. There's nothing right about that. All right, so there's no such thing as wrong falling in love. There are people who are falling with their exes. There are people who are falling in love with an ex to a friend. There are people who are falling in love with the ex to a brother. So it is possible to fall in love in any capacity. Don't think there's one way in which you fall in love, and don't let policies make you falling in love wrong. You just have to be aware of what it is that is attracting you in the first place to this person, and whether the relationship is worth the risk. The person that you love right now, why do you love them? Where is this relationship going to? And all the, the sacrifices, all the gossip, all the distractions in your productivity, all these sacrifices, are they worth this person? Is this person worth, more than this sacrifice? What do you think? Can she make the best wife that you've never met? Can he make the best husband that you've ever met? Then go ahead and sacrifice your name, your reputation, your job for them, right? But if they are not worth it, if this relationship is going nowhere, if you guys do not love each other and you're not talking about marriage, if you want to, to grow in your career and in your life, just avoid dating a colleague, all right? Because when you date a colleague with no direction, then you delay your life. How do you delay your life? Because you come to work from 8 to 5, meaning you spend, all your time, most of your day at work. Meaning if you have someone that you like at work or you're just sleeping with, you could be wasting your time because you feel like everything happens at work. You are married at work, you're working at work, and so you just go at home to sleep. And you don't have time to go out on Saturday to date, to go out on Saturday to meet people, new people, to wink at the next lady on the block, to just say hi to the lady on the streets. You don't have that time because, there's a part of you that feels fulfilled at work until the person you're dating at work gets married. Hello? If that person gets married in the office, or they bring their card and gives you an invitation, that is when you'll wake up from your slumber. So this video is a wake-up call to you to look at the direction where that relationship is going to. If you guys are very deliberate about this relationship and all the sacrifices you're making is worth your job, is worth your reputation, it is worth everything that you're doing towards this relationship, then do it. It is possible to marry a colleague, to have your family, to have your children, and to grow all together. It is possible. But if this relationship is for just sex, you're wasting time, you're delaying your life. You might, end up not being married at all. You might end up, just waking up at the point of retirement when you realize that now you can't be with your wife or your husband anymore because they retired and, they have gone back to their life. If they are actually married and their spouses are in the village, they have gone back to their spouses, and here you are, single at 60, trying to mingle. Whoa, it can't work. The energy is gone. You don't know how to follow people. You don't know how to throw the vibes. You don't know how to start off. Life becomes difficult, desperate, and lonely. Please don't fall for that tool of the enemy. All right, what else have I not said? But, I want to let you know that it is not wrong to date a colleague. There is no, set program, or maybe, there's no set rules on how to fall in love, that you should not fall in love with this person or this person. The only problem comes when your intentions are not, right. When the intentions are not right, you might end up, just suffering because of your choices. You just made a choice to sleep at work. You don't know whether this person is married or not. Your career is jeopardized. Your life is jeopardized. Your emotions are jeopardized. Your spirituality is jeopardized. Your whole self is jeopardized. So you are actually destroying your own life with your own hands. Hi sweetie, do you want to be part of that? Do you want to continue doing that to yourself? No. So I hope this video is informative to you. It will shake you to start making the right choices, to make some deliberate new choices in your life, so that you also become, just like the other people. It is possible, like I always say in all my videos, it is possible for everybody to fall in love, to have their person, to be happy. All right? So God bless you. See you again next time. Bye, sunshine.